When the beat drops, you know exactly what time it is. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Blitz. I'm David Schiele, riding solo like Jason Derulo. Evan Klosky is off and enjoying his holiday week. I hope you've been doing the same. This has not been the most wonderful time of the year for the Bucs. We're going to dive deep into that today. Why Baker Mayfield may need to be perfect to get Tampa Bay into the playoffs, if making the postseason would even be enough for Todd Bowles to keep his job, and of course, our parlay of the week. So let's get this started. This is the 10 and 10, the 10 most important stories you need to know before kickoff. At number 10, the Bucs take a rare trip to Miami to take on the 6 and 9 Dolphins. But it doesn't matter if the Bucs are taking on the 72 Dolphins, the 85 Bears, or the Dillon Panthers. The Bucs have to win this game to set up a winner-take-all NFC South Championship contest against Carolina at home next week. As far as the Bucs' history with the Dolphins, they have only met 12 times in the regular season. Tampa Bay leads the all-time series 7-5 and have won the last 3 meetings. That streak started with this 22-19 win in 2013, giving the Bucs their first win of that season after starting 0-8. Lavonte David was only in year 2 of his now 14-year career at that time. He remembers that 2013 defense consistently giving up second-half leads, and at number 9, he's once again part of a unit that cannot get stops in crucial moments of games. The Bucs currently rank 17th in average points allowed in the second half this season at 12.3. That's compared to 8 points allowed per second half in 2024. That mark led the NFL. Lavonte said after losing to Carolina that it's hard to put a finger on exactly what's going wrong.
It just be weird, you know, it's just we having great energy, great weeks of practice, great preparation, and having good stances throughout the football game, and out of nowhere, something happened. So, you know, we just got to hone in on doing us and, you know, get a win.
The Bucs may have some help on the way. Elijah Cansey's 21-day practice window is now open. He has missed most of this season with a torn pec. So the second half points allowed are certainly a problem. But at number 8, we have to get into the final defensive play of the first half against Carolina. The Panthers had no timeouts with 12 seconds left. Todd Bowles decided to blitz. All 7 guys, including Antoine Winfield Jr., come after Bryce Young, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys all ready to block, and they do so successfully. There's no help there's no safety help for Jamel Dean there. So, of course, he gets burned. Now, 2 things can be true at once. Number 1, he could have played it better. Number 2, not a smart call by Todd Bowles. This was a 4-point swing in a game that Tampa Bay lost by 3. So I think now is a great time to bring in James Yarko for our Locked On Bucs burning question of the week. James, Todd has been making weird play calls. The Bucs are losing games, yet they could still win the South. But is that enough to save Bowles' job?
No, winning the division doesn't cut it anymore. I mean, he's won the division every year since being a head coach, but what has that gotten the Buccaneers? It's gotten them 1 playoff win, and now losing 6 out of 7 games coming out of a bye week in a year when they were talked about among the favorites to win the Super Bowl, when they were talked about as having a favorite to win the MVP at the quarterback position in Baker Mayfield. So given the way that this season has gone down, ever since really the loss to Detroit, when you lose Mike Evans in that game to the broken collarbone, it seems like that really took the wind out of their sails. They did win against the Saints after that, but then since the bye, a defense average allowing almost 30 points per game against some of these teams that they should have beaten. They should have beaten the Saints. They should have beaten the Falcons. You can't justify that at this point. I think if Todd Bowles wants to save his job, it's going to take a ridiculous hot streak to all the way to at least the NFC Championship. And even then, I'm not sure that they can recover from the way that this season transpired. So winning the division, it's not good enough anymore. They fired Tony Dungy after winning the division because he couldn't win in the postseason. And at this stage in the game, it's probably best for them to move on and find new leadership at the head coaching job.
Thank you, James. At number 6, with the Bucs defense folding like a lawn chair in big moments, the pressure is on Baker Mayfield to play nearly perfect football. When Baker throws an interception this season, Tampa Bay is 0-7. They are 7-1 when he does not. And you know what? We are in for a quarterback battle between different generations of the Red River rivalry. At number 5, Quinn Ewers out of Texas is set to start this contest in place of Tua Tagovailoa, who was benched after Week 15. In his first NFL start last week, Ewers completed 20 passes for 260 yards, but had 2 picks and 0 touchdowns. Expect Todd Bowles to dial up the pressure on this year's 7th-round pick for Miami. Now, a way the Dolphins can counter that is with the running game, and they have one of the best backs in the league. At number 4, the Bucs have to find a way to contain De'Von Achane. He is 3rd in the NFL in rushing yards with a career best 1,267. He leads the league with nearly 6 yards per carry. Achane is also the only running back that is in the top 5 in yards with 0 lost fumbles this season. Unsurprisingly, he is the only Dolphin selected to the 2026 Pro Bowl. The Bucs have at least 2 players heading to the All-Star event. Antoine Winfield Jr. and Tristan Wirfs received Pro Bowl nods this week. Baker Mayfield and Jamel Dean are alternates. This is Winfield's 2nd selection, his first since 2021. This is Wirfs' 5th consecutive selection. It means a little bit more to the All-Pro left tackle this year, though. He missed the first 3 games of the season after undergoing knee surgery over the summer. Another injury kept him out of the home game against the Saints a few weeks ago, and he is currently playing through some sort of toe issue. So being named a Pro Bowler after all that is something Wirfs is truly grateful for.
It's been an up and down year. It's been a frustrating year. It's been, a lot of stuff has not gone how I wanted it to, injury-wise. But yeah, to keep to keep fighting through and keep battling. Having all the guys in here have my back, and keep pushing me to be better and get better. It's what more can you ask for?
Wirfs is an all-star on and off the field. At number 2, he, alongside Charlie Heck, Ben Chukwuma, and Ben Bredesen, spread Christmas cheer with young patients at the Muma Children's Hospital last week. The linemen delivered toys and comfort to families that need it most. This is Wirfs' 2nd year partnering with the Starlight Children's Foundation to help hospitalized kids during the holiday season. Love to see that. At number 1, let's keep the Christmas theme going. Evan Klosky went inside the Bucs locker room last week and asked the guys about their favorite holiday traditions and memories for the Christmas edition of the One Buck.
Christmas, just what memories come to mind when you think about that holiday?
Presents. When we were younger, I would wake up early to see if there was any presents underneath the tree, but my parents, they wouldn't put the presents until the day of Christmas, so I would be mad.
We always did the elf on the shelf. Like, you'd move him around. You can't touch him, though, because he'll lose his magic if you touch the elf on the shelf.
Just hanging out with the family. My dad's one of 7, and we have all like 19, 20 cousins in one place.
Advent calendars, probably why I'm an offensive lineman. Every day I'd open up, have a chocolate for 25 days straight. That probably wasn't good for me.
What's it like unwrapping all those gifts when you have that large of a family?
It's hectic. We turned it into like a white elephant after a while. It's all good until the first person cries, then it's over.
What's the scene like when you have a lot of cousins and you're all opening gifts up at once?
Oh, it's the best time ever. I mean, you can't wait to wake up on Christmas morning. Everybody's up at 6 a.m. trying to wake all the parents up.
It was a chaos morning, paper all over the place, but it was great. It was a great atmosphere.
Well, do you have a favorite gift when you were growing up, something that you remember?
Oh, I remember I had got a ATV. Like a really small one at the time when I was a kid.
I remember my grandmother giving me a necklace, and I still have like the chain for it.
Disney Infinity. I don't know if people remember that back then. It's like action figures. You can play a game, create your own Disney World. So I'll say that.
I mean, I got that Red Ryder BB gun one time. I saw the Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted that forever, and I got that, and that was the best thing ever.
A favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'd probably say Elf.
Oh man, it's a lot of them, but it's definitely a Polar Express.
Elf.
Elf is pretty funny. Spaghetti and syrup. Tried it before when I was a kid. It's not as great.
The Home Alones, those are classics. Hard to beat.
He was falling through the hole of the floor. He looked up and said, "Wow, what a hole."
The Family Stone is also a very good Christmas movie for anyone out there.
Well, Christmas is my favorite holiday. A lot of people have helped all of me and my teammates get to where we are. So in this time, we want to be thankful for all the people that helped us get here and pay it forward like they did for us.
My hot take, Polar Express, overrated and at best annoying. Okay, time for the all-out blitz, starting with our parlay of the week. Evan is taking the over on Emeka Egbuka's yards at 43.5. Give me an anytime Bucky Irving touchdown, and then our combo pick is De'Von Achane over 27.5 receiving yards. It might be hard for him to run on this defense, so maybe the Dolphins use him in the passing game. This parlay sits at plus 700. As for what's airing on 10 Tampa Bay, oh boy, you might need 2 televisions. One eye on the Bucs, the other on this contest between the Seahawks and the Panthers. If you're a Bucs fan, get ready to be a 12th man for this NFC clash. Checking out our Blitz picks records. Evan cheated because I was on paternity leave at the start of the season, and he still had me picking games knowing full well I was getting 0 sleep and changing diapers all day. So yeah, I'm 6-8, he's 10-4. But guess what? Evan ain't here, so I'm going first. I will genuinely be disappointed if the Bucs lose to the Dolphins. They just gave up 45 points to the Bengals. I don't think Tampa Bay scores that many, but I'll take them 24-22. Evan agrees. He's taking the Bucs 28-25. Thank you so much for rocking with me on this Christmas edition of The Blitz. Evan and I will see you same time or same place next week for the regular season finale against Carolina.